Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome to another episode of the Cincinnati Bengals franchise here on Madden 21 Next Gen. Thank you guys for joining us. Make sure you drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new to the channel for the love of franchise content. It's literally all we do here as the Bengals start out this episode at home against the division rival Pittsburgh Steelers, looking to take them down here late in the season. We finish out the regular season today and see where our playoff spot will land. It is Bengals versus the Steelers to open this episode up. Here we go. Into the highlights. First quarter, 3:08 to go, 7-all. Joe Burrow throwing to Bernard, and D'Angelo Bernard with the first down at the 47-yard line of Pittsburgh. He's over 1,000 yards on his season. Underneath again, this one to Bernard, and to the 32-yard line. Burrow starting off the game quite hot. 3rd and 14, Burrow looking for Bernard again, going to the well for a third time. And another first down for the Cincinnati Bengal offense. Bernard with 131 yards, and we just crossed into the second quarter. Here goes Joe Mixon, untouched for the touchdown, as the Bengals take the lead here at home against the rival Steelers. Mixon getting up into the crowd, a 13-7 lead. Tack on the extra point for a 14-7 lead. 3rd and 10 for the Steelers, 7:46 to go in the half. Jameis Winston running and into the end zone. Remember, the last Steelers game ended on a Jameis Winston run with no time left. Jameis Winston played really well in that game, though, against us, and he's looking to do it again. Here goes Jameis Winston again with another run, and he's into the end zone again with another touchdown. Jameis Winston or Cam Newton, you tell me. But they take a 21-14 lead. Here goes Burrow rolling to his right. He finds Bernard again, and the slippery Bernard gets himself into the end zone for another touchdown. And they call that one back upon review, but the toss to Joe Mixon makes it easy. And Joe Mixon ties the ball game up at 21-all. Blackjack for both teams. 3rd and goal. Here goes Burrow, and he cannot get himself into the end zone with 1:53 remaining. Field goal is settled for. We got a tie game at 24. Burrow with just 30 seconds left. He finds Jonnu Smith at the 36-yard line. 26 seconds to play. Burrow hands off to Joe Mixon, and Mixon with a brilliant run down the sideline into the end zone for a touchdown. They didn't need a touchdown on this one, but they got it anyways from Joey Nix. 19 seconds to play. Jameis Winston, this time we do not have to take a look at him running down the football field. It's a 31-24 win for the Cincinnati Bengals. They win out in all aspects of this game. And Joe Burrow, 20 of 31 for 346 and a touchdown. Winston, a touchdown and a pick for him. Mixon, 113 and 3 touchdowns. Winston did do a lot on the ground for Pittsburgh. Deontay Johnson versus D'Angelo Bernard in this one. Bernard getting the better of Johnson as far as yardage is concerned. TJ Watt and DJ Reader with 4 sacks apiece. Dakota Torrance had 2. Quincy Hawkins had a nice interception in this game as well. And we move into the next set of highlights as we're taking on the Minnesota Vikings on the road. Kirk Cousins and the Vikings playing host to our Bengals. I really love the color rush jerseys for the Bengals. I've heard a lot of great comments about them in the comments section as Dalvin Cook takes it into the end zone for his 40th career rushing touchdown and a 7-0 lead for the Minnesota Vikings. They're up 10-0 now, and Joe Burrow looking to get his first score, going to Mixon. We got a flag on the play, and it's a PI against Minnesota. That is Rashad Breeland called for the infraction, making an easy 1st and goal for Cincinnati, and mix it into the end zone quite easily, as he's definitely one of the best running backs in the league right now for the touchdown. But as I was saying, I think I'm going to use these color rushes quite often Here's pressure in Kirk Cousins' face, and he stands tough and gets it away to his receiver for the touchdown. Later on, Kirk Cousins, another short yardage touchdown. This one going to Adam Thielen as he does a little dance. It's 24-7. Here's Joe Burrow on a 3rd and 6. He's going to roll out to his right. He takes the open field into the end zone. And Joe Burrow with a nice rushing touchdown. He does a little dance, maybe mocking Kirk Cousins. Not quite sure. 10-point lead for the Vikings, 3rd and 2. Cousins to the right side. He finds Kyle Rudolph, the red-nosed tight end, for the touchdown. 31-14. Vikings have the lead. Here's a nice throw to Jonnu Smith from Joe Burrow on 3rd and 2. He gets it all. He gets into the end zone for a touchdown. And Jonnu Smith doing his own little dance. Here with 5:40 to go in the game. Short yardage to D'Angelo Bernard for the touchdown. And the Bengals are on their way back into this game. Down 3 points with 2:15 to play. Here's Burrow looking up the middle, and look at the grab from T. Higgins. What a catch. 3rd and 1 from the 5. You got to think Mixon. No, they're going to throw it over to Mixon, and he's going to try to get there, but he can't, so a tying field goal would be made. Now 30 seconds to go for the Vikings and Kirk Cousins. Big throw down the left sideline to Adam Thielen. It's knocked away from him. So now here's Colquitt for the punt, punting over to D'Angelo Bernard. Bernard takes it, goes down the right side, and he will get out of bounds at the 49-yard line. Not a lot to go to get Austin Seibert a game-winning field goal attempt. 14 seconds. Here's Burrow underneath. He's got T. Higgins. We got a flag on the play, however, as T. Higgins does get into field goal range. But what is the flag? It is a personal foul, roughing the passer on Minnesota. That's Danielle Hunter called for that. Game-winning attempt from Seibert from 34 yards out is good. And the Bengals, with one of their best comebacks of the series, win this thing 34-31 on the road in Minnesota. So a great win for Cincinnati. And Minnesota just let off the gas in the second half. What can I say? 29 of 40 for 390 and 2 touchdowns for Burrow. Dalvin Cook was trying to carry the Minnesota offense. Didn't work out as well as he had hoped. T. Higgins, 148, 112 for D'Angelo Bernard and a touchdown. Bernard has been absolutely on fire in the late stages of this season, as we have 2 games left in this season. Defensively, sacks from Torrance and DJ Reader, who have been sack machines for the last few weeks. Nothing in the fumble front or the interception front, but Joe Burrow does get player of the week for the AFC on the offensive side of the ball. So you'll love to see that as we move into another set of highlights here against the New York Jets. We play host to the New York Jets today. Adam Gase and his squad. Sam Darnold gonna look to show that he can be an NFL starting quarterback in this game. Here we go, first quarter, 6:14 to play, and Burrow over to Tyler Boyd, who breaks through 2 Jet defenders to break the plane and get into the end zone for a 7-0 lead for Cincinnati. Then later on, 2nd and 1 from the 4 with just 43 seconds to play in the quarter, and Joe Mixon with another short yardage touchdown run on his season, and making it 14-0. Then it's 17-7 later on in the 3rd quarter. 2:50 to play in the 3rd, and a fumble from Joe Burrow picked up by Quinnen Williams. The Jets looking forward to trying to come back in this one. They're only down 3 at this point. Higgins couldn't make another incredible grab, so a field goal for the Bengals makes it 20-14. The Jets have an opportunity to win this game if they can get in the end zone. 4th and 5. Here's Darnold, pressure in his face, gets it away, and into the end zone for the touchdown to Travis Fulgham. Fulgham scores, and the Jets will take a 1-point lead. 38 seconds to play. Can Burrow bring the Cardiac Cats back? Wide open is T. Higgins. He goes to the ground at the 39-yard line. Now 2nd and 21 from the 50 after a holding call. Up the middle, Burrow to Boyd. He can't hang on. 3rd and 21. Obviously, probably not going for the first down here, but they do, and Bernard gets it. He also draws the face mask from the Jet defense. That face mask going against Brian Poole. So 1st and goal from the 9. Bengals elect to run a play here. It's Joe Mixon, and he is pushed into the end zone for the touchdown with 9 seconds to go. Joe Mixon's 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. So 28-21 after the 2-point conversion. And Darnold throwing this one deep with 2 seconds to go. It's intercepted by Phillips. And Phillips takes the Jets' hopes and dreams away, as the Jets, even with 3 takeaways, could not win this game and close it out. A 28-21, another sort of comeback victory for the Cincinnati Bengals, as they almost blew the game. But the comeback from Joe Burrow, 27 of 37 for 354 and a touchdown. Darnold was 21 of 36 for 271, a touchdown and an interception. Rookie quarterback Dre did not get to start in the game. He did throw a pass, though. Joe Mixon, 77 yards and 2 touchdowns. Le'Veon Bell, 45 and 2 touchdowns. D'Angelo Bernard leading us in receiving again with the shithouse, 111. Tyler Boyd had 55 and a touchdown. And on the defensive side of the ball, Lawson with a sack, Reeder with a sack, as Reeder keeping that sack streak going. Darius Phillips with that late interception. Forced fumbles for Mosley and Poole of the Jets. Recoveries from Mosley and Quinnen Williams as we go into the next set of highlights, taking on the Denver Broncos to end the season. The Broncos visiting this home team, Cincinnati Bengals, wearing their alternate uniforms today. I really like those as well. I prefer them. As a matter of fact, final game of the year. Bengals have clinched the wild card. They're looking to get the division, though. If the Browns could lose today, they would get it. 3rd and 4, 8:07 to play. Throw to Jonnu Smith to pick up the first down, and the Bengals are rolling on their opening drive of the game. However, it stalls on a 4th and 13, but the long field goal attempt is good from 52 yards out. Bengals take a 3-0 lead. Here's Drew Lock, hit as he throws, but gets it away to Jerry Big Booty Jeudy for the touchdown in the back of the end zone. Only 750 receiving yards for Jeudy. You expect a little more out of him, but great play there. And there's the rushing touchdown from Joe Mixon, another short yardage classic TD from him. 1st and goal. Here's the throw to Tyler Boyd. 1st and goal. What the hell am I talking about? 1st and 10 to Tyler Boyd. A flag on the play here, however, and it is a roughing the passer against Denver. Getting a little overzealous there, Von Miller, as he roughs the passer and gives the Bengals even more breathing room. Here's the throw to Bernard, who has been absolutely amazing, as you have seen this episode. 100 yards in every game so far in this episode. Here's Burrow looking. He finds T. Higgins in traffic. First down, 1st and goal. From the 3, 31 seconds to go. Bengals looking to extend their lead, and of course, it's Joe Mixon finding the hole and bursting right through it into the end zone for the touchdown, untouched yet again, as Mixon has done so many times. Here later on, 3rd quarter, 6:30 to play, 2nd and 7. Bernard wide open, and he will get into the end zone for the touchdown. You cannot let the speedster get that wide open. It's sort of like our version of Tyreek Hill, or what John Ross really should have been. Here's the run from Melvin Gordon on 3rd and 1. Looks like he was stopped short. He was. Going for the field goal attempt is Denver, and Eddie Pinheiro not even close on the attempt. So 3 seconds to go, and that would do it. Cincinnati with a 24-21 win at home over the Denver Broncos, despite the Broncos getting 2 takeaways in this game, and that's a couple of games we've seen Cincinnati lose the turnover battle, but still come away with the win. So it is Speaking volumes that the Bengals are able to do this, but Burrow, not his best game of the season, 17 of 28, he threw 2 interceptions. Joe Mixon with 118 and 2 touchdowns. Bernard did not get to the 100 yards we wanted him to get to continue his streak, but 87 and a touchdown is good. Carl Lawson had 3 sacks in this game, and that's really all the highlights we have from that game. Let's take a look at the season stats. Burrow, almost 5,000 yards, 33 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. Maybe the interceptions are a little higher than we'd like, but for a young player, that's a very good stat line. 1,500 yards, 24 touchdowns for Joe Mixon. That'll put him in the top 10 of all-time rushing touchdowns in a season. D'Angelo Bernard with 1,400 yards, 13 touchdowns. Tyler Boyd had 1,200 yards, 7 touchdowns. And T. Higgins nearly 1,200 yards with 8 touchdowns. Not to mention Jonnu Smith with 783 and 5 for a tight end. So the offense was cooking all year. Bobby Hart, we know he's terrible. We've got to replace him at some point. He was terrible. Donta Hightower gave 138 tackles, 9 TFLs for DJ Reader to lead us in that stat. DJ Reader had 13 sacks, 8 for Torrance and 6 for Carl Lawson. Considering the fact that Lawson was hurt for a lot of the year, that's actually not bad for him. Hightower added a sack and a half, so did Von Bell and the slot corner Phillips. So, not too bad there. 2 interceptions for J.C. Jackson. We'd like to see a little bit more from the corner that we are paying so handsomely. Forced fumble-wise, there was only 4 forced fumbles by the entire defense and only 2 recoveries by the entire defense. So, we'd like to see a little bit more improvement on the defensive side of the ball come season number 3. Technically season 2 as far as playing games, but come season 3 in this franchise. A couple of block kicks on the season, including Carl Nassib. The only safety was gotten by Dakota Torrance. Great rookie this year. Dakota Torrance proved to be a very nice draft pick for us. Austin Seibert was 14 of 14 on field goal attempts with a 52 long. He did get 1 extra point blocked, however, but 56 out of 57. Not a terrible stat line for the kicker. Caleb Johnston, the rookie punter, he had a 51.9 average with a 49 net. Not too bad. Bernard returning those kicks. Didn't get any touchdowns, but let's take a look at the standings on the season. The Browns are the best team in the AFC. We're technically the second best, but we are going to be a wild card as the Browns did win their final game of the year. So they win the division, we get the wild card. Ravens get a wild card as well at 11-5. Colts win the South at 12-4. Titans get a wild card at 10-6. Into the East, the Patriots win the East at 8-8. Chiefs win the West at 12-4. So there are your AFC playoff teams. In the NFC, the Packers win the North at 8-8. So 2 8-8 division winners. Falcons win the South at 10-6. Bucks and Panthers get wild cards. The Cowboys win the East at 9-7. So a lot of mediocre records, to be honest with you. Seahawks get a 12-4 home field advantage throughout the playoffs, and the 49ers are a wild card. So how the playoffs will shake out, we have the Titans visiting the Chiefs, the Ravens visiting the Colts. We will be visiting the New England Patriots. The Panthers will be visiting the Falcons. The Bucks will visit the Cowboys, and the 49ers will visit the Packers. So we will take care of the wild card playoff in the next episode. That will be full game highlights. It will not be play the moments. So it will be full game highlights on all Madden Mat 10 sliders. For any of you that are wondering, I get so many questions of the same question in the comment section. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're looking forward to the wildcard game. What is your score prediction for that Patriots wildcard game? Let me know in the comment section below. Make sure you drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. For the love of franchise content, it is literally all we do here. We can build a winner together. And if you want to see more franchise, click right here to see some more franchise.